That's right. It's the back to school bash lady herself, the one and only Edith Childs is with us today. How you doing, Edith?
I'm doing great, Ann. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very good. God, it's hard to believe that summer has passed us by and it's time for back to school.
That's true, but it has passed.
It has passed. I mean, August is here.
Yes.
Kids will be back into school.
Yes.
Structure will come back to the world.
Exactly.
So why don't you tell us what's happening with the back to school bash now? Usually you have haircuts and clothing and backpacks, and what's happening with the back to school bash?
We're going to do the same thing again this year, and people have been kind with their donations to us. We have backpacks, we do have haircuts, and we have hair styles and all of that for our young people. We also have a clothes giveaway, so we just have a lot of things. There'll be fun, food, games. It'll be enjoyable.
Absolutely. Now, you started this 20-some-odd years ago, didn't you?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And it was because I was on the school board at that time, and going into the school, seeing that a lot of children come in with nothing at the beginning of the year. So I just felt that we needed to do something to try to help just a little bit so the children could take something to school. And that's what we do. We give them at least paper, pencils, ink pens, we give them tablets, and all those things to get started.
Yeah, I think you started, what, with 25 kids the first
25
year?
first year, 25 another year, and then a couple of years we did 50, and we did 100. It got up to 200.
What's it up to now?
Last year was 800, so we're making preparations for 1,000.
1,000?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to have 1,000. Will you have backpacks for 1,000?
What we're going to do with the backpack? We could only afford $750. So the younger children will get the little backpack, and the older children will get something totally different. They may just get a bag with some school supplies in it, because most of them, they don't want the bags anyway. Right. They just want school supplies. So that's what we're going to do. So the first $750 will go to the K through 5th grade.
You know, that is amazing that that has grown that much, and that just goes to the fact of how much need there is in the community. Now, you're going to be having this at the Emma Gaskin Park from 10 o'clock to 2, is that right?
Yes.
Is there any food involved in this?
Of course, of course. We're going to always have food, but in case it rains, we're going to go to the old Brewer Auditorium. Okay. In case it rains. But we have hot dogs, chips, cookies, punch, water. We have plenty of food there for the children and their families.
Well, that is terrific. Now, who is actually providing the food? How does this all come about? I mean, I know that Edith Childs, you're not just handling this all by yourself.
Of course not. Not at this point. It has grown much
beyond.
That's right. Much beyond than what I can handle. So what we've done, we called on some folk to help us, and they're gracious. One of them, matter of fact, the Black Cat Club, gonna do all 1,000 hot dogs with the chili. Wow. They're gonna do that for us. And Bikers United, the Wheels of Thunder, and the All Out Riders, they just chimed in, and they're just so helpful. And
you know, it's amazing. You know, bikers sometimes have a bad rap, don't they?
They do, but they should. Right. They should. And that's because of one or two groups who are really rowdy, you know. But anyway, Wheels of Thunder's going to do all our chips. And we get some donation for cookies from Food Lions and other places, and some people are going to make some cookies. So we'll have plenty. Then he'll will bring the punch, as they always do, the Brotherhood down there. And the other groups will bring the food supplies. I mean, everybody have just been so nice and so kind. Sure. And we're just so appreciative.
And, you know, it doesn't really matter whether you can contribute 2 or 3 notebooks or 25 notebooks, does it?
It doesn't, because the children need something when they go back to school. And then we all just chip in a little bit to help. It really will make a difference.
You know, when you talk about the kids need something when they go back to school, you know, just from a sense of personal pride, that they are ready to go to school and they're ready to learn.
Exactly.
I think that's why one of the reasons the haircuts and the hairdos are so important, because you know, in fact, we've talked about stories in the past. A child that has gone and got his hair cut and just felt so much better about himself.
Exactly. It just makes a difference if that child has on some clean clothes. Doesn't matter whether they're new or not. Some clean clothing, and go with a little backpack, and he's ready. You will see a difference in that child.
Sure.
But what we're going to ask this year, though, is that parents please come with their children if they can, and you will have to have the child with you in order to get a backpack. So I'm sharing now. Do not come and ask us. And you got 2 or 3 children at home. No, you're not going to do that this year. The child has to be there.
Sure.
You know.
Well, I think in anything there is always abuse, isn't there?
It is.
I mean, we hate to say it, but there is
true.
abuse.
It's true. It's true.
And you want to make sure that the children get the things that are put out from. I remember years ago we used to help out with Christmas for some children in Ware Shoals, and one of the things that we were told, make sure that the kids get the gifts.
Exactly, and that's where we are now.
Sure.
In the past, we've allowed parents or aunts and aunts take stuff, but this year it will be different. The child has to be there with the parent, or you can drop him off. But don't drop these little children off.
This is not a babysitting service.
We don't have a babysitting service, so I ask that you make sure that your children are supervised.
Sure.
When you send them there, But we're excited. Everything just falling in place.
I know you've got some social clubs that are working with this too.
Yeah, the Women of Ambition.
Portia.
Portia.
Yeah.
And the unique unique jewels. And then we have the classy cats.
Classy cats.
They're a part of it. And I didn't bring the list. The list is just for the social club. But we just asked them to just come out to help us with the packing on Thursday.
Now, the thing about it is, all the things have to be in by Thursday, because then you want to be able to pack these in the backpacks or in the bags, however it works out.
Exactly. So please bring your items that you would like to donate to.
Now, where do they take the items?
Okay, we're going to be at the Old Bull Cafeteria. We'll be there at 5:30 to get our lines assimilated, and then 6 o'clock we start our packing.
Okay.
So we're excited about that as well.
Now, if somebody, Edith, has stuff, and can they just call you, and can somebody pick it up, or how would this work?
Yes, they can call anyone on that list, or just call Edith Child.
Okay.
We'll come pick it up.
You'll come pick it up. Well, we need to make sure we give some of these numbers out here. Edith Child's 227-9511. I've also been giving out Portia's number because I know she loves to have that job. 344-5054. That's 344-5054. So as our kids get ready to go back to school, this is one great program. It's been in place for 20-some odd years. They need so many different things. Anything that you would buy for your child to go back to school is something that they could use.
Exactly.
And, the list just seemed to go on and on, don't they?
The list is so long. It's so long. If you didn't have a little help, you wouldn't be able to do all those things that's on the list.
Sure.
So that's why we're going to give some supplies now. Don't come thinking we can do the whole list, because we can't.
Right.
We're just giving you some supplies.
Sure.
And they will come by donations.
Sure. So anybody that would like to donate, and if you would like to get some more information, or if you'd like to know either where to drop it off or where to, if you need it picked up, you can call Portia. Portia probably won't do all of it, but she'll get somebody else to help with this. Portia Williams, 344-5054. That's 344-5054. Or, of course, you can always call County Councilwoman Edith Childs, 227-9511. That's 227-9511. Hey, I'm Eller with you, right here with Edith Childs. Hey, if you've got a question, give us a call, 229-7984. That's 229-7984. Got to have all the stuff in by August 8th, which is Thursday. And make sure you can help out. Maybe you bought some stuff this weekend. You didn't realize you already had some stuff. You might have some extra. Please don't hesitate to donate to this worthy cause. We're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Right here, getting ready to talk some more with Miss Edith Childs right here on WCRS. You were just saying you just want to get through it to get on to the next project.
Just to the next project. Exactly.
What's the next project?
Well, I do not have a large project until Thanksgiving. I'll be over at the soup kitchen. And we do the fish and fried chicken over there usually, but I think we're just going to do fish again. They enjoyed that, so. And then the Christmas. And then that'll be it until Easter.
What are you talking about? Then you got the food drive.
That's right.
Don't forget about the food drive.
That's right. That's at the
That
end.
happens right there at the end.
Yes, at the end. At the end of December goes to the end of January.
Yeah. So, what do you think about being able to help this many kids? I mean, when you look back over the 20 years and watching this program grow, and I mean, really, you could say the same thing about the food drives. And even, you know, you start something like you had this great idea a few years ago at the soup kitchen, and now you're doing that every time. And then, of course, there'll be the Christmas dinner that, you know, Edith. Look, the thing about it is, once you start something, even though you get help from different people, you're still the spearhead of it.
Exactly. Charles and I was talking about that on Thursday. We went and did our shopping on Thursday. We left home about 9:15, and we didn't arrive home before 12. Out shopping to get our back to school supplies.
Before you actually shopped before tax free?
Yes.
Wow.
And we did fine, because I wasn't thinking about how they did that.
Right.
You know, they just bump it up a little bit and getting your taxes anyway. You might as well go and get what you're gonna get.
Right.
And we still came out good.
Right.
The truck's loaded down now.
Truck's loaded down.
Yeah.
Well, 750 kids, that sure is a whole lot of kids.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, as far as the back to school bash, you're going to have now, what is it with the clothes? One group is actually bringing the clothes, aren't they?
Yes. The Mars Chapel Baptist Church Clothes Ministry. Every year, people donate children clothing, and some of them still have the tags on.
Wow.
So we'll be giving out clothing for the young people, and the children definitely need to be there for the size, because you may look at something and it may not be the right size.
That you
So
want them to
but
try
we
them on.
definitely want them to come, at least look at them if they have a place they can try them on and try them on. And everything is free. You don't have to pay for anything. But they're gearing up and they're ready, and I've got to pick up some more clothing, by the way. So we're excited about that. So bring your children and come out and enjoy a weekend of fun.
And that is this Saturday. It's hard to believe. This Saturday, August the 10th, starts at 10 o'clock at Emma Gaskin Park, right?
Yes.
And then goes till 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Exactly.
But the only thing that you are saying this year is that you must have the children in tow with you to get the backpack or the bag of free stuff that you're giving away. I think that's smart.
And then also, right when you come in the gate, be sure to get your ticket. You have a ticket for the meal and a ticket to pick up your back to school supplies. So be sure to get your ticket when you come through the gate.
Right, because if you don't, you might not get one.
You might not get one.
That's right.
You know?
And that's the other thing. It is first come, first serve, isn't it?
Exactly.
I mean, when you run out of stuff, you just run out.
Exactly. Right. Because we have enough for 1,000 children.
That's a lot.
We may have a little bit over, but we will pack all this stuff up and just give what we have. But when we're out, we're out.
Sure.
You know.
And y'all are going to start packing on a Thursday. Thursday afternoon, you're going to be up at the the old Brewer cafeteria, correct? 5:30, and actually start packing at 6 o'clock. Wow. Well, that is good stuff, and we want to make sure you know about it. And I've been talking about it on the radio. If you need more information, of course, you can call Edith 227-9511. That's 227-9511. You can also call Portia 344-5054. That's Portia Williams, 344-5054. So good stuff. 1,000 kids are going to have help.
Exactly.
Have help. And, we need our kids to start making, being able to stay up and get ahead.
Exactly.
Did you read about some of the figures on our schools for I was amazed that Greenwood County School District 50. What is happening?
I don't know what's happening, but apparently somebody's not doing something.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
And it was really bothersome to me that they came back. Well, they keep upping the standards. Well, you want to continue to up the standards so that your children will aspire to better standards.
Exactly.
So, but Greenwood High, we not Greenwood High, but Greenwood School District 50 in general was not good.
It was, and I saw that, and I thought, I couldn't believe what I saw.
I know. That's right. But 96, you go 96.
That's right.
That's right.
They've done great for the last 2 or 3 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what was it? Ware Shoals Primary was very, very highly rated. I mean, there were some standouts across the district, but overall, it was rather disappointing on Greenwood School District 50. Yes.
Exactly.
So we'll be interested to see how we're going to rectify these problems going forth.
Well, we're going to have to do it and do it quick.
Well, you were on the school board. What do you think the school board people are scratching their heads and doing right now?
I did. When they saw those grades, I'm sure they were saying, "What is this?" They didn't believe what they saw.
They didn't believe what they saw.
They said, "No, there's an error. No, this is not so." And I guarantee you, they're getting their minds and their thoughts together, and they're sitting down at the table with the superintendent and those teachers, saying, "Look, we need to do something different."
Sure. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It is.
Yes.
It is. That our school children are not doing what they need to do.
No.
And we wonder why our children act up.
Sure.
Some of them act up because they don't know the material.
Right.
And then they got to act up so people won't know that they don't know.
Right.
But usually when you act up, we know you don't know,
All right. Well, there you go. You've just heard it from Miss Edith Childs on this acting up stuff. All right. Well, yes. And as we get ready for another school year, we need to make sure that District 50 pulls itself up here, and I'm sure that heads are about ready to roll. Now, let me just ask you. Coming up on the 8th, they are going to be having a meeting down in Columbia about the TB outbreak over there at 96. What did you think about all that?
Well,
you were a nurse.
I know.
I do think that Templeton, the head of DHEC and everything, saying that this isn't right and that she was going to make it right, has certainly made good strides in trying to rectify this.
Exactly, and she should be commended for what she has done to try to correct it. But at least they're trying to correct the situation.
Sure.
And that's what we need. Maybe something should have been done earlier. And then
I think 2 months. Yeah, 2 months was too long to wait because, and particularly when you talk about the air quality going from the one place into the schoolroom and everything. I do think it is good that they did clean, if it really is clean, top to bottom, and the carpets and all this kind of stuff.
But they have to clean everything, the vents and everything. So I'm trusting that since school's been out, that it did have a complete.
Yeah, I think that was they did. Yeah, they did. But I think we have to tighten up on people. The more people that we have in our world, the more you have to be more vigilant towards making sure. And that's, I think, goes to one of the things of coming into our country. How do we know who is bringing what into our country? We're having a whooping cough. We're having things that we haven't seen in this country in years. And I think part of it is the fact that we have, open borders, people coming in from all over. How do we control this? I think that is a subject of conversation.
Right, that needs to be looked into and worked on,
Absolutely.
Because we don't know what's coming in. And that's why I worry when we go to see our children in Japan. I said, you know what we're going to take back home. That's in my head, you know. But we go over there and just bear with it until we can get back, you know.
Well, you know, there was a scare a couple of years ago with the bird flu, bringing it back in, and you saw all the, I think it was actually China, in Hong Kong, walking around with the masks on and everything. And you know what? And we saw a picture in the paper, and we saw people walking around with masks over in '96. So these are real things that really happen, and we have got to get more vigilant. We've got to get back to making sure that our kids get vaccinations. If they need vaccinations, they should be vaccinated. I mean, I know there's a lot of question whether it has some effect with autism, but we still have to get some of these vaccinations out there for our kids.
But the children are not supposed to go to school until they've had all those shots anyway.
They're supposed to. Yes.
They're not supposed to go into school.
Right.
Because you have to show them that little card from the health department or from the doctor's office says you had all those shots you need.
Right.
So if people are not doing that, then maybe somebody else needs to be held accountable because the children can't go do it themselves.
Sure.
That mean mom, grandmama?
Yeah.
Somebody has to go take those children.
As somebody does. Hey, I tell you what, it's time for South Carolina Radio News. We'll be right back.
Arg, are you a pirate or a pack rat? Do you have a vacation of a lifetime sitting in the attic? Or a college tuition hung on a wall? Or is a fabulous retirement hidden in your jewelry box? Bring those items to Sharp Facets Gallery. We can establish value and buy from you or sell for you. And so ends another chapter at Sharp Facets Gallery, 72 Bypass, and on the web, sharpfacets.com.
Oh, that's right. We're right here with the one and only Edith Childs. Yes, she is on County Council. Yes, County Council. A lot of stuff has happened in the last year, Edith.
Look, don't remind me, Ann.
Don't remind you. Well, you know, I don't think you can. Everybody knows Edith Childs. Yes, and I know there have been some things that have come out, but I guess what I'm gathering from what we've talked about, you and I off the air, is that basically this is still an ongoing investigation. Correct? Is it over, or what is your?
The only comment that I can make, probably ongoing.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I was just saying. I thought it was. It's not. It's not really. It's not finished. There's some things have been discussed and laid out there, but there's still stuff going on. Correct. Okay.
That's all I can say.
I understand. Well, that's. I mean, but you know, I think I would rather just come out and say that that's all we can say than to not even address it. Yep. So it's been tough, though, hasn't it?
Oh, it has. It's stressful, and embarrassing as well, because you don't know what you've done. You're thinking that you was doing what was right. Perhaps it was right, perhaps it was wrong. Okay. But maybe somebody will tell us.
Somebody will tell you.
Somebody will tell us. So we're hoping that'll be over after a while.
Well, it just seems, we have a lot of problems, not only on this level, on the state level, on the federal level. I mean, all you have to do is look at what's happening with the IRS investigation, or Benghazi, where they've relocated people and changed their names and not let people testify. Honestly, what do you think about that? That they're not bringing people in to testify. Here we are on a high alert. Right, and we still don't know what happened. Well, it'll be a year in September. Well, what do you think about that, Edith? Just from a personal point of view.
From a personal point of view, I think all those people involved should just sit down and say, here it is. No matter where it should fall, here it is.
I agree with you.
You know, I mean, and that's how you're going to feel comfortable sleeping at night. When you say, okay, here it is. Okay, I played part A or part D, whatever I played. Here's my part of it. Now somebody else has to come in and fill another part of the puzzle. But I think people just need to be on the up and up. Even though some people don't care whether you're on the up and up or not, they're not going to believe you anyway. Okay, so.
But I think it does.
You know.
It does create a lot of distrust
It does.
in our government, whether it's on the local level or on the state level or on the federal level.
I agree.
And I think this idea that we don't have to clean it up and straighten it up, whether it's on a local or a federal level, is wrong.
It's wrong.
It's wrong. And if we're ever going to get anywhere with resolving issues on the federal level, for example, we've got to come clean and we've got to know what is happening to make it right.
Exactly.
And that has, what should we say, a trickle-down effect?
Well, somewhat.
Somewhat. I mean, you've got to have things so that
Exactly.
people feel comfortable.
Exactly.
I know in the
And that's
last
all.
year that it has to have been tough on you and all the members that what was going on and just how it all came out and came about and still to this day it's not totally resolved. It's not, and that makes it tough. All right, well that's just a little discussion about that. What other things are going on in county council now that we've talked about that as much as we can? What all is going on in county council? One of the things that Project Sun is moving full steam ahead, I understand. Project Sun?
Project Sun, yes.
I mean, they are. They've had to make some accommodations to be able to get this. It's supposed to be something with manufacturing.
Yes.
You know that Mark Warner. He's always coming up with these unique ideas on how to call things.
Right.
Must be kind of confusing to be in county council.
It is, because many times I have to say, now, which one is this? Now, where's the location? You know, because you forget you got so much stuff.
It's just like Project Seminole actually turned out to be Publix.
No. And that was good that they made their announcement.
Yes.
And so now we know that they're coming. And that's a good thing.
Sure.
You know. And I think there's some more things that have to do with Project
Sun. Mm-hmm.
Thing here. But we're excited that we're going to get these jobs coming in agreement for our people.
Sure.
And then hopefully we get those jobs. There will be others that will be on the way.
Well, it does seem it's just like when the mall redid, and then you had TJ Maxx, and then after TJ Maxx and Michaels came, then of course you get the Kohl's and the Ross's, and it's a snowball effect.
Exactly, because they tend to follow each other.
Sure. So I would think that Publix coming should mean that other things will be coming. The only thing that I just really want to say this, I think it's great. I mean, Publix is fabulous and everything else. But in some, and all the great restaurants we have here, but in some ways, Edith, when you think about Greenwood 15, 20 years ago, it's totally changed Greenwood, hasn't it?
It
And it's like you could be in Anderson or Greenville or any other place where really, in truth, I used to think as Greenwood as being unique from the flavor of the businesses and the individual, the mom and pop restaurants that were there.
And that's the best part about the Emerald City. You can find anything you want in Greenwood. Any kind of food you want in Greenwood. Any kind of clothing you want in Greenwood. So why travel?
Well, I think, sure.
When it's right here.
And the more that's here, the more the tax base should increase because it is here.
Exactly.
Yes. All right. So, but those are good things. Uptown Greenwood, they're doing some more work up there to beautify Uptown Greenwood, so that's a good thing.
Yes. I see over by Daisy's.
Right.
Uniform shop. They clean it. Matter of fact, that road is closed right now because they're working over that area. And the downtown area does look much better. You just go down there and walk, or you can sit out and eat your sandwich or whatever. I like that.
Yeah.
That you can do those things. You can just go to Greenville, go to Spartanburg. You can do those things.
Sure.
So why not?
I agree with that.
I'm just excited that we're growing, and we're going to do greater things in Greenwood.
Greater things in Greenwood. Well, I hope we do. But like I said, I used to like the individuality. I think we've lost a little bit of that as we've brought more of these type of businesses in. Yeah, and now we need to get some work done on this end of the bypass.
Exactly, I agree.
I mean,
we need to go south now. We've gone north, gone northwest. Now we need to go south.
Yeah.
You know.
I think we could use some work down on this end. Hey, if anybody has a question for Edith, give us a call, 229-7984. That's 229-7984. We're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and then we're going to come back and talk about this parks proposal and any other thing that Edith has on her mind. But if you've got a question, don't hesitate to call us, 229-7984. That's 229-7984. All right. We're right back here, Sharp Facets Gallery. Hey, I'm Ann Eller. We're talking about some of the things going on. You know, part of the, you've got new people on council. You're reworking the group, shall we say, as working together. How have you found it since the election, Edith? How the workings and this whatnot of county council?
Well, it's different.
It's different.
It's different.
Is it good different?
I think a good different.
Okay.
Sometimes you sit there and wonder, is this good or bad? You know.
Right.
But it's good because you do have people that keep you on your toes now, like Steve Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And I say to him all the time, "Now, Steve, you're far much more advanced than we are." Okay.
Well, he was city manager.
That's right. You know, and many things that he know, the answers to, and why it should be and why it shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Oh, okay, you're already there, so you know a lot of this stuff, you know." But it's good for us that we have new folk.
Mm-hmm. New blood is always good.
Yeah. It's good, you know, to keep us on our toes.
Now,
I like to change myself.
You like to change,
Mm-hmm.
and how do you like your new county manager? Toby, is that right? Toby. I've called him Corey. Yeah, Toby Chappell.
Yeah.
There you go. I called him wrong.
Toby's
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Toby's okay.
Toby's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had him on the show, and I think he seems very committed to making sure that at least he steers you all in the right direction, things that are possible and not possible.
Mm-hmm.
So what about the sirens? You know, this has been a big discussion going on for a good while. Where is council on the sirens?
Well, we know at some point it's going to be phased out.
Mm-hmm.
So until we get to that point, then they're also looking into other avenues that can take the place of the sirens, and then have the sirens in the park areas, like have them out at the lake, and have them out at the civic center, and at the ballpark, and those kind of things, and just phase them out. They're supposed to be phased out in 2014.
2014, that's not very long. That's right, this is 2013.
Right, but I believe at the end of 2014. And then see what other things we can do. But I think that those sirens that are working, just let them work until they work out. You know what I'm saying? Until they tear up or stop working, because some of them that way, we didn't know it anyway.
Right.
So let's leave the sirens where they are, and then just work on what we need to work on to make things better for the citizens.
Well, what do you think you need to work on to make things better for the citizens?
Well, first of all, letting the citizens know what we're doing. That's the first thing. And those things that are dear to them, try all we can to make sure that we don't take those things away from the citizens. Because you're going to be held accountable anyway, so you might as well try to straighten it out before you make a decision that's not the right decision, and just do what you can to the best of your ability to try to make things workable.
Well, what are some of the things that county council is looking at in the next year? I mean, based on the revenue and this type of thing coming in, what are they looking at?
Well, right now I know we're looking at the sirens. We're also looking at the substations on the county side, because we know on the south end of town we do not have the kinds of things for the fire department that they have in other areas. We're looking at getting new fire trucks for a couple of stations that the fire trucks are outdated and that kind of thing. So we're looking at those things. That is a part of our budget and our capital projects as well, to make sure they have those fire trucks that they need. And get them all at one time, but we can get 2 here, to their, to their all paid for,
Well, one of the things that I know has been happening within the city and the county and whatnot is we have had increased crime. And between the sheriff's department on the county side and the city police on the city side, there has been more break-ins, there have been more robberies. I mean, you can't pick up the paper any day here and not see something that's happened. And then there's some things that have happened that really haven't been in the paper but are still happening out there. And I think that protection of our citizens is one of the biggies.
Exactly, and that's one thing too that we have worked through. Now the city and the county can work together. Like you might be in the county and you do something, the city can arrest you. If you're in the city and the county see things happening, they can arrest you. And now that they've come together to do that, I think that might make a difference also. That they're working together, and that's something new and different. Has not happened before, so.
Well, there has been a lot of good cooperation between the city and the county as far as our police and sheriffs and whatnot.
Exactly. And then we're going to do the Crime Stoppers. We'll change the number for that.
We changed the number for that?
But now you can still use the same number, and it'll go where it needs to go, But they're working on that, so that's going to be good. That they still have the number that they can call in and report.
And that's still going to be totally no way to trace it or anything?
Right. It's still going to be that way.
Well, now that's Crime Stoppers. That was one of the things you brought to Greenwood here.
Yeah.
Originally?
Yes. So I'm excited about that. And they're going to do a news briefing on that soon. So.
Oh, okay. So that's something else that's coming. One of the things that I think people should consider doing is going to a county council meeting, a city council meeting. We need more people in attendance to understand what's going on.
To just show up, because I can remember even with the school board and with county council, I sit there a whole year just seeing what was going on, because I didn't want to go in there completely blindfolded. So I would sit in on the meeting just to see what was going on. And I won't ever forget, it was Answer Brewer. And he was talking about situation with the children. And Answer said, well, I just think you just get a pal and just tear them up. And I remember that like it was yesterday. But that's what he was saying in the meeting. He said, parents don't discipline their children like they used to. They used to just tear their hind parts.
Well, he has a point there. He does have a point, Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen, but he does have a point. But as the county moves forward, and whether it's budgeting issues or things like park and walking trails and all this type of thing, overall, Edith, as you look at where we're at with county council, how do you feel about county council and the direction that Greenwood County, since you're on county council, is headed?
Well, Ann, I think it's very positive that we're going in that direction, because we know and realize that everything's changing. You might as well just face it, go on and do what you can do, And I'm excited about it, and I'm ready for the change and the challenge, to be there to do what I can do to make a difference.
Sure. But so you feel that structure-wise in the county council that it's coming together and that we're going to move the county forward?
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. Okay. All right. Well, any issues that you think that people listening ought to know about? Things that maybe they haven't been in the papers or haven't been out there, but it's something that we should be aware of.
I can't think of anything at this point.
Yeah.
Because I've got too much other stuff in my head right now. But I can't think of anything at this point except to just look forward to the change with the Crime Stopper.
Crime Stopper. Well, I think one of the biggest issues and biggest problems is what is happening, particularly with drugs in our community. I think drugs is getting to be a bigger and bigger issue. and the crystal meth and all these things that are happening out there. Somehow we've got to be able to get a handle on it. Now, our drug prevention and drug group that is there, they're doing a good job. But I am very, very concerned about what this leads to if we can't get a handle on it. I mean, it leads to a lot of bad stuff within the community if we can't get a handle on it.
And that's why it's most important, it's imperative, that people watch what's going on in their neighborhood and report it. Because if you don't report it, and it keeps going on, in just a little while, there will be people that will want to take over your house. So that's why citizens need to take responsibility and do what needs to be done. Because when you call, you don't have to. It doesn't have to go out on the scanner. When you call that 942-8727 number and just report it, and they can't even ask you who you are.
Sure, that's Crime Stoppers.
Exactly. So
right.
It's important that we get involved and take our communities back, take our churches back, take our schools back, and just do what we need to do. It might mean somebody in your house might be going to jail because you took your house back, but you got to do what you got to do.
I think that's one of the biggest problems with crime is that families not willing to stand up and say, yes, they did it. And therefore they get by with it, and they get to believe that they are invincible, that they will continue to get by with it.
Exactly. But parents need to step up, because when your child is wrong, he or she is wrong.
Sure. And they need to have the right example.
Exactly.
That's the other thing I think we are missing for a lot of our young people today, is having the right example.
Exactly.
So, Miss Edith Childs, it is always a pleasure to have you on the show with us. We do want to remind everybody the Back to School Bash is this Saturday from 10 until 2 at the Emma Gaskin Park. Don't forget, if you have things you could donate, please give Edith a call, 227-9511. That's 227-9511. Or you can call Portia Williams, 344-5054. You got to have them all ready on the 8th. Exactly. That's right, on the 8th, and the event is on Saturday. You are listening to WCRS right here in Greenwood. Edith Childs, for all that you work hard to do for our community, I certainly hope that this Saturday is a big, big success.
Well, and thank you so much, and I feel that it will be.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much for having me, and always so kind to me.
Absolutely. No problem, Edith. I like talking to you. I like getting info, and that's what it's all about, informing everybody about what's going on. So, Edith Childs, you take care. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you as well.
All righty. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.